Um, so the procur- procurator of Rome, Pontius Pilate, meets up with the Nazarene who's just been arrested for various infractions. And he's not really clear about what they are, but the procurator is addressing him. And procurator's got he's miserable. He's got a horrible responsibility. You know, he's the high law of the empire there. And so he's huge. He's got his own secret service. He's got, he's like the head inquisitor, police chief, all that. And he says, Nazarene said, my name is Yeshua. All right. He says, and you? I'm the procurator of Rome. You refer to me as procurator of Rome. Oh, okay, procurator. So he says, look, you've been. Well, what am I here for? He said, by the way, Yeshua says, these guys have been treating me pretty rough. There's one guy in particular, and he's got his buddies. They're pushing me around, and now they got me in these cuffs, these chains around my wrists. He says, they're knocking me down. So I'm not a small or weak guy, but this guy's got friends with him, and once if I try to defend myself, I get creamed. He said, well, I'll talk to them about that. There's no need for them to treat you that way. He said, but you've been accused of some serious crimes, Yeshua. So, like what? Well, blasphemy. What blasphemy? How did I blaspheme? You said you were the Son of God. I did not. Yes, you did. No, I didn't say I was the Son of God. I don't remember saying that. That's not something I'm saying. I might have said in the course of conversation with some people, I'm the Son of Man. Oh, wait. The procurator says, wait, now, you can't say you're the Son of God, because what does that make me? The son of poop? The minute you start saying you're the Son of God, you're saying everybody else isn't the Son of God. Well, first of all, I didn't say it. And secondly, if I did, it doesn't imply that. The way I'm thinking, everybody is a son of God, the daughter of God, whatever. But I didn't say it anyway. Well, what did you say? I could have said, I think I remember saying I was the Son of Man. So who isn't a Son of Man? Right? Son of Man. What's wrong with that? Well, anyway, everyone thinks you said you're the Son of God. But I didn't. The discussion is over. That's what you're here for. If you can prove you didn't say it, then we can see. The other thing is, but that's not really what it is. See, the other thing really is, the blasphemy is about the money. Yeshua says, the money. Yes, the money. Oh, I know what you're talking about. Like the coin business. Yes. Well, people are saying to me, well, if you're supposed to be, living your life for God, then should we be paying taxes? And should we be doing what the empire, what the Roman state says we should do? Or should we just dedicate our lives to God and not worry about what's required of us? Oh, yeah. So, when that question came up, I asked someone to give me a piece of money. They gave me a coin, and, as usual, the face of Caesar is stamped on it. And I looked at it, and I held it, and I showed it to the man and the other people who are around, and I said, clearly, this is Caesar's. An image of his face is on it. Render to Caesar that which is Caesar's, and to God that which is God's. That's all I said. So I basically said, pay your taxes, pay your dues to the state, but remember that that's the technical stuff you got to do to live here. And there's also, responsibilities to God, love and compassion, and the kinds of things I'm doing. So, but no, what do you mean? You're causing trouble. I'm causing trouble. I tell you what happened. When I was about 30, I went on a long retreat, went through some training, and I realized something during that period, that love and compassion and it was really what it's all about. That we're all the children of God. That we're all here to be compassionate and loving to one another, to forgive, to grow in the consciousness of the divine. That's what I realized. So I went out and I got small groups of people I talk to, and then in my own way teach them. They call me rabbi, teacher. We're all Jews, but we've seen some of the flaws in Judaism, the way it's practiced. And I'm thinking the core of it is love and compassion. So that's what I'm talking about. Doing these small classes there's a core group of about 15. They say 12. It's more like 15. And then there's my girl Mary's with so there's 16 of us almost all the time. And yeah, that's what I do. And then every once in a while I give a lecture. I give a talk. You may have heard of the one that happened on the Mount. We're not too far from here. And, so I did a sermon on the Mount, and talked about the first shall be last, the last shall be first, and blessed are the this and blessed are the that. It was good. It was a good talk. I can't do it right now, but hopefully some people wrote it down or will write it down. Anyway, you'll get the gist of it. But it's really all just love and compassion and forgiveness. That's all I'm talking about. Now I'm over here in chains, getting pushed around because I told people to pay their taxes or render to whatever. You render to Caesar what Caesar, render to God what's God. That's it. I don't know what the problem is. Well, okay, so you're accused of it, and we got to deal with it. All right, well, what are we going to do? Well, first I'm going to take the shackles off. You remove the thing. Oh, jeez. Yeah. You see that guy? Could be more gentle. But, I'm sure he's okay. He's just got his own problems. And, the clothes they wear are scaring me. I'm wearing a robe over here. When you see guys with big boots and metal breastplates and huge helmets, it's scary. Look at you can't even whack you. If you hit them, you hurt your hand. And I can't afford to hurt my hand. Because, I still got, my full-time job is carpenter. So I always got to do something. I'm not great, but Okay, here's the thing. Here's the problem. The procurator says, a lot of people around here knew you right when you were born. They knew you running around in front of your house there with your parents and your other brothers and sisters. They knew you when you had shit in your pants. And, just a little kid. Everybody knew you, Yeshua, whatever. I've been hearing things about that. He's a dirty little skinny kid. And no problem. Just a dirty little skinny kid like every other dirty little skinny kid. And then you get trained more and more. By the time you're 7, 8, 9 years old, Joseph, your father, was training you to be a carpenter. He started you off sweeping and this and that, the area, and cleaning wood up, just doing, the basics that a little kid could do. Then he started teaching you how to use tools. And you know how to use files and chisels and hammers and pegs, and you know how to measure and draw and do stuff, And as a carpenter, you repair things and build things. Now, you were never that good a carpenter, but you could get by, you could work. Next thing we know, this little skinny dirty kid with poop in his pants, who's like a moderate carpenter. Next thing we know, he's a son of God. Wait, I didn't say I was a son of God. You know what I mean. That's what you're accused of. Anyway, you think you're the son of man. I am the son of man. Look at this is the problem. Everybody knows you, and now you're claiming to be something. When you claim to be something, if you're not sanctioned by the state, by the empire, then you're nothing. I'm something. I'm the procurator. What the fuck? I'm the procurator of Rome. You are just a local guy who starts talking about, being Mr. Big and taking a stand up against the religious establishment of your community. No good, no good. So I got to deal with you. But there's a loophole. Good. What's the loophole? Well, three of you are in trouble. I have to deal with all three of you today. And sentences have to be meted out. And one of the three, the way it works out, can be let go. And when one is let go, another is brought in to replace him. So you and two others are accused, and one of them is Bar Abba. Bar Abba, around here they call him Barabbas. But Bar Abba, he's no good. He's a crook, he's a criminal. He's got a list of problems. I've seen him 5 times. I put him in jail, I did this. Every time he gets let out, he causes trouble. And you've never been in trouble, and it sounds to me like you're not really doing anything wrong. You got a big mouth. So, one of the loopholes I have is to talk to the people and ask them if they want to release Barabbas or Yeshua. And if they say Yeshua, because you got nothing on you, I'll let you go. You'll be free. But if they choose one of the other guys, Barabbas or the other guy, then I got to keep you, and a new person comes in to replace Barabbas. Well, it seems kind of chancy, Yeshua says. Well, it doesn't look like. I got a feeling you're going to make it. Okay. When is that going to happen? That happened today. Today is the day. And when the decision is made, it's only a matter of hours before, these crimes, your crime, particularly blasphemy, is punishable by execution. Wait a minute. Execution? Well, I thought you were talking about a little jail time. No. And you know how we do it over here, right? It's not pretty. And beat you, and they crucify you. And it's a long, slow, painful death. I wouldn't wish it on anybody, but I have to mete it out all the time in my job. God, I feel lousy. What's the matter? I have like a headache ever since I woke up. Pounding headache. What's it like? I can't move my head. All light hurts me. I got to shade my eyes. He said, Yeshua says, I can help you. I can help you with that. What do you mean? I can help you with that. Okay. And Yeshua went very still. And with his eyelids almost half closed, he seemed to gaze directly into the eyes of the procurator. The procurator went silent, as Jesus was, and still, as Jesus was. And in a matter of about a minute, you could see procurator's eyes open. Pontius Pilate, eyes open. Relaxation fell over his face. And Jesus remained in this as if contemplative, prayerful state somehow. And Jesus was the first to speak. Yeshua says, how are you feeling? He said, the pain is gone. How'd you do that? And Yeshua said, I did it through love and compassion. I know that sounds kind of funny, but all I did was emanate the energy of love and compassion to you with all my heart. Truly, the energy emanated from me to you. I don't know how you did that, but I feel completely free for the first time in a day and a half. Now I think I'm going to make up a special case for you because I need you around. These things come back. I need you to help me. Well, I will. I can even do it from a distance. How so? Well, you might want to come and hear some of my stories. You might want to come and talk to some of my friends. I don't know, like that. And then once you don't have to believe in me, but once you hear the message, you'll be able to release that tension yourself. Okay? Okay. So when the time came, the procurator, the procurator stood up in front of people who had gathered because Barabbas was a big name, and Yeshua had made himself quite a name as well, locally and recently. And the other two had family and friends around or whatever. So the procurator of Rome said, I have before you Barabbas, and these are the two characters. And they've been accused of various things, and Barabbas is very, familiar to you. And Yeshua from the Nazarene, who is accused of blasphemy, but I've heard his case, and I feel he was not blaspheming. Actually, it was actually just his way of talking. He speaks in stories and metaphors, and he can be confusing sometimes. And all this thing about special powers he has. People think he's a magician or he's in league with the devil. But I can assure you, he's none of those things. He's just a little crazy, and he's out there trying to do some good, and maybe he has. So he's another one. You have a right to release one of these people back into your midst, and we will deal with, we'll replace which one you release with another criminal who's waiting in line, and we will dispatch them today. Who do you say? And the procurator his ears were just so clear because of the pain being gone. He almost heard them say, give us Yeshua. He almost heard it. He felt it. He believed it. But he heard, give us Barabbas. He couldn't believe it. Could not believe it. So he said, wait to the crowds. Hold on. Everybody's hands up. Raised his cloak up, his hand up, and took the cowl off his head because he didn't need the shade anymore from the sun, the noonday sun. And from the balcony, with all the people below, he said, wait, I don't know if you heard me. Barabbas is a bad guy. He's done a lot of damage to this community. And every time he's been punished, he goes out and does more. He robs, he steals, he beats people, he pushes children, he's bad. I'm telling you that Yeshua has done nothing like that. He just, he's off. He's touched. He's a little touched. So just think it through. And the crowd says, give us Barabbas. And by Roman rule, the procurator has no option but to release Barabbas to the crowd and have Yeshua put in shackles, which he did. And the centurions, the guards, rough treated him again. And he said, wait, I want you to be as gentle with him as you can. I said, procurator, we're going to crucify him today. There is no easy way to do that. With all due respect, Your Excellency. He said, well, you know what I'm talking about. Don't make it worse than it has to be. And then, Yeshua's face dropped. He looked hunched over. And almost immediately, Pontius Pilate's headache came back in a crushing way. Just devastated him. And he put the cowl up over his head. He turned to wash his hands. And he put water on his face. Oh. His lids became heavy with the pain. And he couldn't move his head, and his talking was dry and croaked, and Yeshua knew. And he said, procurator. Well, I'll never get that right. I can't do this as a story. Procurator, your pain is back. He said, how do you know? I can see it on your face. he tells the guards, leave us for a few minutes. And he says to Yeshua, will you take it away? Yeshua says, yeah, I can take it away. But it will only come back until you live in the light of truth and awareness. And until you live rendering what to Caesar belongs to Caesar and what belongs to God to God. I can do it, but it's only temporary. And the procurator said, I understand. I understand that this pain means something, and I'm sorry, but goodbye. He called the guards in, and they roughhoused Yeshua out of the temple of the procurator. And you know the story.